Hello and welcome to our next video. In this video, we're going to pick up where we left off last time and just quickly correct this web config transform for the release and get everything working on App Harbor as expected. Okay, so that was pretty painful. Actually, I tried a couple different things. I tried replacing and that didn't work. And what I found out is that I needed to actually just remove it and re-add it here so that we wouldn't get both. So if we look at the web release transform here now, we should see both of them are getting added, default connection and contact web context. And so it was a problem because it said insert, but then we actually saw a couple other things in there as well. And if we looked at the original error, contact web context has already been added. That should have told us right there that the transform was on an insert and it should have been on a replace. But even when I did that, we saw that it didn't quite work. So now I've deployed it out there. So let's see if it's actually built and deployed. And so it's built, but it hasn't deployed, so I'm going to go ahead and queue that up. All right, so here goes nothing. All right, we're back in business. So we're not logged in, so let's hit contacts. Should ask us to log in if everything's working correctly. Let's go ahead and try to log in here quick. We should have no data because our user ID should be different on this page, I would guess, than it would be on our local database. All right, and so we now have the ability to add some contacts. And so go ahead and play around with this and never mind. You won't be able to create contacts just yet because we don't have our user ID wired up and you don't know what it is. And that's okay. We'll get to that in the next lesson. But that does wrap up our getting deployed. We are out there and ready to go. We don't have seed data because we didn't have the right user IDs, and that's okay. But everything's working at App Harbor. We ran into a couple problems with the application configuration files, but we saw some debugging on that as well, which is really cool. And we're ready to go for the next part. So in the next section, we're going to go ahead and clean up some of this, and we'll get the create, edit, and delete working for our user without having to know the user ID. So that wraps this up. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.